Good afternoon, my friends. This is Paul, and today I'm going to be reviewing to you the Super Mario Brothers movie. No, not that one. That one. And no, not starring Bob Hoskins, but Chris Pratt. This is only the second review of a movie I've ever done on my YouTube channel. The first one was Soul Surfer over an eon and a half ago, so I might be a bit rusty at this, so I hope you guys will be patient with me as I'm not really much of a movie watcher, but this was such a special occasion, and also one of my viewers requested it, so I decided to make an exception and give a movie review a try. Just don't expect me to do this again for the foreseeable future. I think one thing right off the bat that the Super Mario Brothers movie gets credit for, especially if you compare it to that one, is that it's very faithful to the style of animation that we're used to from modern Mario games. The animations are actually some of the best parts of the movie. I think the character redesigns are good enough where they feel pretty darn close to what an officially licensed Nintendo model would look like if it wasn't made by Nintendo, which I don't think it was. I think Illumination handled all of the illustrations, and they did a fantastic job. I also thought the casting, for the most part, was really good. Even if I wasn't blown away by a lot of the lines they said, I think for the most part they sounded decent enough. I know a lot of people have a sort of headcanon about how they want these characters to talk based on how they've spoken in the games, but personally I think that the voice acting in this movie suits the purpose for what the script and the story, if you can call it that, is trying to accomplish. I think Chris does a wonderful job of making Mario sound like he's completely out of his element and a fish out of water in the Mushroom Kingdom, building up himself to be able to go up to the task. I also just think that hearing a normal Brooklyn accent sounds so much better than "Wahoo, let's go! Let's go ahead and do this!" For an hour and a half, that sounds like it would kind of be annoying. Same with Princess Peach. Anya Taylor-Joy sounds like a much more mature version of the princess instead of the airy, high-pitched voice that we're used to. And it sounds more natural, like the way a girl would, actually talk. And I just think that Peach's character in general was handled really well. She doesn't come across as a damsel in distress, and she actively is trying to do something for the betterment of her kingdom, something we really don't see enough of in the main games, where she seems more like an airhead. The only character that I think was done a little bit dirty was Luigi. I definitely wish he was a bit more fully realized, especially since most people, not including yours truly, tend to think that he's the better brother. Oh, I'm gonna get it in the comments section for that one. Another thing of high praise in this movie is the music. In fact, I might even go so far as to say that was the best part of the whole experience. There were tons of little musical nods to several different moments throughout Mario's history, and even some more obscure references, such as when Mario's ringtone is that of the GameCube startup jingle, which I'll play here, just in case you guys haven't ever had a GameCube. And even some non-Mario games, but I'll leave that to you to discover because I don't want to spoil anything. Let's just say that longtime fans of Nintendo, such as myself, will get a kick out of how Nintendo loves to cover their rich history, but some people might also be disappointed that they don't cover enough of their history. There's not really a whole lot of references to any of the Mario spin-offs except for Mario Kart, so those of you hoping that maybe Paper Mario partners would show up are going to be a bit disappointed. Perhaps the part of the movie that bothered me the most was that it didn't have a whole lot of story or interesting characters. Everyone that you saw was more or less a familiar character that was given a personality for the movie. There weren't any special designs made specifically for the movie. I need to find a better word to call it. Should I call it a film? And I wish that maybe there was a bit more experimentation in the storytelling. Maybe Nintendo was having too much PTSD over how that one tried to tell its story, or maybe they're too afraid of Hotel Mario.
Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi? I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
But I think at least a little bit. I'm inclined to think it was Shigeru Miyamoto's fault, but if the others didn't hold him back in shackles enough, then hopefully they'll do a better job if they ever make a second one. That being said, even though the story is a bit lackluster, actually going through what little story there is a lot of fun. And the movie has a nice feeling of adventure to it. There's a lot of really cool action scenes. There's not the greatest world building, but it is nice to see the different types of scenery. And I also just love how many little nods there are to just about everything in the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, do I recommend seeing the movie? Yeah, I think it was a pretty good time. It wasn't the mind-blowing, amazing epic that is the narrative of Paper Mario 2 or Super Paper Mario. You're not going to get a demon trying to destroy the world, or even worse, a vortex trying to destroy all of the universes like in Super Paper Mario. But what you're in for is a nice, solid romp with familiar characters, amazing scenery, fantastic music, and a Chris Pratt accent that I'm honestly not seeing the hate around. I actually think if Charles Martinet ever retires or passes away, he could do a pretty good job replacing him, and then maybe that'll be like a Mario Renaissance. So bring on Chris Pratt as Mario. Come on, guys, let's start a petition. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Again, the comment section will be where you can put your spoilery thoughts, so if you want to stay spoiler free, don't look at the comments, don't comment yourself, just click out of the video now. I'd like to thank my patrons Matthew Rakowski, Spoon Ghost, and Splat Cat, and Scooter Doodle, always forget about Scooter Doodle, for their financial contributions. Hopefully I should have this resolved within a year, but until then, I'm thankful that they are keeping me on the ice for now. And until the next time, remember to keep the faith, stay epic, and God bless. Bye!
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario. Do the Mario. Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.